Good morning, everybody. Jeff Clemens from Okeechobee Livestock Market coming to you this morning with my friend Bo Eaton over here, who flew in from Montana. Bo's a friend and part of the Eaton family that's sending us these good breeding bulls. We got about 60 head back there in the pasture. Bo and I just got through riding through them and looking at them, getting ready for the sale. So we thought we'd chit-chat a little bit and tell you guys a little bit about the bulls. Bo's family been in business since
the family place has been 1909. We've been doing Charolais since 1965.
65. And I was asking him this morning, they sell about, did you say about 500 head of bulls a year?
Yeah, about 500-600 head. Yeah, between leases and then sales. Yeah. Mostly private treaty.
Yeah, I think I was reading in your program that like 90% of them are
private treaty, sight unseen. Guys call up.
People like their bulls so much they just say, hey, send me one or two or a truckload.
So the Charolais bulls, they're known for being larger. Birth weights, just a bigger framed animal. I was in France a couple years ago, and the birth weight over there, the average birth weight of a Charolais was 125 pounds. And I know that's huge. That's bigger than anything I ever want to deal with. But we've done a good job of getting it down to a manageable size of about 90, somewhere in there, maybe up to 100, 110, somewhere in there. But we have all ranges of size of birth weights. We've been doing a good job of getting that down. So they're a large animal. They grow. They're white, so they don't get heat stressed as much as like a black animal, as a Simmental or Angus. I know Brangus does. They're made for the heat and they can handle the heat. But Charolais is just a good all-around breed for really any situation. They handle the cold. It gets down at home in Montana I think it was over Christmas week, it got down to 65 below, and everything made it through that. I mean, they're built for anything. They go from 110 degree heat in the summer to 65 below in the winter, and they handle it all. They just need a couple days to.
Yeah, and I've noticed that those white bulls, when they got in here, they don't pant like the black ones do. But what about the meat and all that? The difference between like carcass weight and all that stuff.
Yeah. So the Charolais, they're a growing breed. They are efficient on feed. They take less to feed. The heat stress, they don't have to use as much energy in the summer to grow, and so they gain a lot of pounds there. They're just a framey animal. They're built to put on pounds. They're built to make pounds. They're built to throw calves that'll put out pounds.
Yeah, and I can attest to that. People that use Charolais bulls in Florida can tell you that they're going to outweigh, those Charolais cross calves are going to outweigh anything else that you've got here. So if you're looking for a terminal cross bull, the Charolais is the one to go with, because you want to grow pounds. It's pounds is what gets you the money. We were looking at the catalog this morning, and I don't know a lot about the EPDs, but I do know a little bit of something about marbling. And it looked like that their bulls are on an average over the average for the Charolais breeds. I guess is it the American International Charolais something? Yeah. So those numbers on all their bulls seem to be above average for that whole association. That speaks a lot. You guys have been us a long time, and
yeah. So it would have been my great uncle Elner Eaton, which he passed away several years ago. He really wanted to get into the Charolais, and my grandfather was kind of on board. They got in, I think they bought 16 heifers and 65, and bought several bulls and a couple heifers and cows throughout the years. And then it was in the, I think it was in the late 80s, early 90s, we closed our herd and built our own genetics with our own bulls and cows. Up until late 2000s, we brought in a couple outside bulls, but we had a closed herd for 30 years, building our own genetics. So we know what we want. The people we do business with, it seems they know what they want, and they like our genetics and what our bulls offer.
I like them too. We've been using the Eaton Bulls, and I know Todd has for several years, and we're really pleased with the calves we get out of them. I was out there a couple of years ago at his place. Debbie and I went out there to visit, and there was a picture on the wall of this long white string of animals going down a road, and it was your dad or your uncle one said, yeah, we've got this one group of cattle that we send. I don't know if it's in the spring or fall or whenever it was, but they send them, I think it was 30 or 40 miles.
20.
20?
Yeah.
I do exaggerate, but anyway, 20 miles. They'll take these calves to a summer place or?
Yeah. So we go back and forth between where we wean and calve, and then down to the winter pastures, down closer to the Yellowstone River, where we feed cows all through winter. And then we trail, when they get close to calving, we trail them back north to where we calve. So.
Okay, so they trail cattle. We drive cattle. We gather cattle. They trail cattle. It's just a different deal. And that's why I saw, there was how many hundreds of head going over there?
That was probably about 1,500.
1,500 head of cows, and they were like single file or maybe two at a time for miles. And I think that might have been some snow there around there too. And I saw a four-wheeler here and no, I don't think you use horses too much, do you?
No, we don't use too many horses. It's flat enough, and we don't have any trees to go around, and you can go up and over about anything you want, any hills. So we use a lot of four-wheelers. There's some rough stuff, but we can manage. Yeah, it's a little out there. It's very dramatized. It's a good drama, but it's not very realistic, I will say.
You guys don't ever throw anybody off a cliff or take them to the railroad?
I can't confirm or deny that. So where we calve is pretty close to the Yellowstone, Missouri divide. So we get a lot harsher weather there. It's usually about 4 to 5 degrees in the winter, temperature change. So you get down closer to the Yellowstone. We've got irrigated acres there where we put up feed for the cows. And it's milder. There's a little more protection between trees and hills. So it just works out better for feeding and just dealing with the cows all around. Like I said, here in February we'll have our yearling sale. We'll have about 600 yearlings to offer. Private treaty, come by if you want. There's lunch. But I mean, we just have bulls for anything that you want or could ever think of. So if we have it on hand, we'll be happy to get something worked out. And wherever you are, I mean, we send bulls all over the place. 2 weeks ago, I took a couple days off of school and drove some bulls down to Arkansas. There was a couple guys down there, had a couple bulls go bad on them, needed them right away. So got in a pickup, drove 20 hours one way and then 20 hours back. I think it was 3,500 miles in 2 days. So
if you go out there to visit them, get ready to ride for a while because there's miles and miles of flat, hilly country. It's beautiful, but
there's not many people out there, and that's one of the things I like about it.
Yeah, that's pretty good too. How many acres would you guys say that the ranch uses?
Oh, I'd say probably 60,000, 60, 70, and then we farm another 15, around 15,000.
That's 75,000 acres, pretty Pretty good little ranch there.
Stay busy all year round.
All year
No
round.
time off. You can find us on Facebook. Just look up Eaton Charolais. We've got contact on there. We have a website, www.eatonCharolais.com. Yeah, call up. Lee loves to talk to you. If you have any questions, he'll answer them for you. Or my dad, Scott, or Shane. I'm still in school, so but you're more than welcome to call me. But yeah, we have all our contact on Facebook mostly.
And if you got a gator problem at your place, he'd like to help you with that. I think he's going on an airboat with Sam tonight, so hopefully he makes it back to the sale tomorrow.
Oh yeah, I made it last year. I'll make it this year.
It's good. Good to have you here, man.
I appreciate it.
You
Yeah.
bet. We appreciate your bulls and what your family does, and hope you'll be back for several more years. Hopefully.
Oh, me too. Me too.